It's Kevin McCarthy from Fox 5 and Fox and Friends in New York. I'm here at the Old Town premiere of Travis, A Soldier Story, but I'm looking for my friend MJ. I have no idea where she's at, so if you know where she is, please call me. Thank you.
Hello and welcome to the set of Where's MJ? I'm your host, Elaine Espinola-Couts, and you're watching the show called I'm Every Woman. And this show is really about featuring those women in our community that are doing impactful and exciting things right here that serve the people where we live. And our guest today is certainly doing that. So I'm so excited to have on the set of Where's MJ, Helen Yee, and I'm going to introduce her in a second and have you meet her. Her name is Helen Yee, and she is the founder of a really phenomenal organization called Touching Heart. She also has her daughter here, who is the co-founder of Touching Heart, Taylor Yee, and we've got two very special guests with us, and they are some of the organizers for some of the events that Touching Heart has put on. And I have someone who I know and love very well. This is my daughter, Nina Couts, and we have Devin Host, who has also participated with Touching Heart events. So thank you so much. Helen, thank you so much for joining us today.
Thank you so much for having us.
Oh my gosh, anytime. You know that I'm one of your biggest fans, and I've loved your organization. I love what you do, and we're here to share that with the audience and share what it is. Taylor, thank you for coming in today. I want to hear about some exciting things you have going on next year, so we'll chat about that.
All right.
Devin, thank you for joining us today.
Absolutely, yeah.
And Nina, long time no see from this morning at our
So
house.
cute.
Thank you for coming on the set with us, Nina.
Welcome.
So Helen, tell me about Touching Heart. What is the mission of Touching Heart?
So Touching Heart's mission is to inspire kids to have a giving heart and just instill kindness and compassion in our generations. It was actually Taylor's idea because she was having a birthday party.
Okay.
And I had asked her, so, for your birthday party, like, what kind of things do you want? And she said, Mom, for this coming birthday, I just want to ask my friends to donate to a local charity.
Sweet.
And so that was really sweet, right?
Yeah, I got a ton of feedback back from my friends, and they all sent me the thank you card saying how much they love the idea, how they love that feeling when they gave back.
Let me ask you, you're 18 right now. Which birthday was this? How old were you?
13.
13.
So when I turned the big teen.
Okay.
We were
So,
a little
yeah.
scared, but yeah.
Okay. We're like, I kind of like those gifts, but...
Yeah, so
and
I just wanted to do
yeah.
a little different.
Okay.
And I was just amazed by how much feedback I got back, and everyone loved that idea and loved being able to give back. So that really sparked the idea of providing a platform to let more people experience
Because the
this
feedback
joy.
was so great, and you were like, wow, people are really into
yeah,
it. And
people
Exactly.
love to make a difference. So.
now,
Yeah.
at the time, was it a charity of your choice, or was there a charity that you chose?
It was a charity
Of their choice.
Of their
yeah.
choice,
So,
okay.
yes, we got feedback. They donated to homeless shelter, animal shelter. And we were so overwhelmed. And we said, you know what? Maybe there is something that kids love to give. And, we wanted to instill that joy that you get when you're helping others.
Yeah.
So that's where the idea came from. And so
Okay.
we just created the website, and then we started out with a workshop called Art of Giving.
Okay.
And it's a workshop where we just gather kids and we just have fun. Like we talked about awareness inside of U.S. and also outside of U.S. And the kids got so excited.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then from that point, we had this other idea to have kids raising funds for other kids in need, which is called Kids on a Mission now.
Okay.
And that's the program that you guys have done. But it's a
Okay.
program where kids, come up with their own ideas, and Touching Heart will fund it.
Yeah.
But we will provide a coach who will sort of go through the budgeting and marketing and sort of speaking for cause. And then we want the kids to make an impact.
Yeah.
So that's where sort of Touching Heart grew. And then I think over today we have like 39,
39.
Kids on the Mission events,
Oh
and
my
we
gosh.
have contributed over $90,000 just from the kids.
Wow.
To the other kids in need.
Oh
So-
my goodness.
and
So
this
that's
is-
not that's just from the kids
That's-
programs.
yeah.
So and you have other programs.
other
going on.
programs and
Wow.
stuff. So that's pretty amazing.
So kids, $90,000
Yeah.
from events that you guys have organized. Can you believe that? That's a lot of money, a lot of giving.
Yeah. Exactly.
Helping a lot of people.
Exactly. So.
Oh
so
my
we're,
gosh.
yeah,
I'm so
excited.
proud of you. I love how this all stemmed from a birthday party.
Yeah.
And something that you did that felt great, and you thought, maybe we can do another thing, and then another
Yeah,
thing, and then the
right.
ideas started to flow.
Right,
And
right.
other people, I'm sure, were like, yeah, I'm on board. I'll
Right.
participate. I'll do that.
Yeah.
I love that. Now tell me about, I know it had something to do with your grandmother also. Now I know it started with this birthday party, but I've heard you speak before
Yeah.
and you've talked about your mom.
Right.
Tell me about that. Do you want to
So-
tell me about your grandmother?
Oh, so yeah,
It's actually our great-grandmother.
Your great-grandmother.
So
Oh,
my
your grandmother.
Yeah.
Okay.
So she so after the Korean War, she started an orphanage.
Okay.
Because there were so many kids on the street. So she saw kids just wanting to eat anything, and
Yeah.
I think her breaking point was when the kids were just putting. I mean, I don't know if I'm about to say this, but they were eating cow's poop.
Yeah.
And then that totally broke her heart.
Yeah.
So she
Desperate, starving.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So she just took in a few kids, and over I think over 2 years, she had over 106 kids.
Mm-hmm.
So she started this whole education program. So she built 4 schools. So she built 2 middle schools and 2 high schools to educate the kids. And then, that's always stayed with me. And she was sort of like this idol, because I was thinking, wow, she's like this lady, doing what she wants, and she's changing the world. So I used to share that story with my kids and my
I
daughter
see.
Taylor.
Yeah.
And so, Touching Heart is dedicated to my grandmother
I
for
see.
just, leaving such a loving legacy.
A loving legacy.
Yeah.
I love that, and I love that what you're doing with Touching Heart is kind of taking that legacy and showing children that when the older generation can inspire you and to get involved as young kids,
Yeah.
like she was inspired by her grandmother, and now look at Helen starting something, and now you're starting something, and now young kids are inspired by you both. It's just really important and amazing and wonderful.
Yeah.
Tell me about the name Touching Heart. Who came up with the name Touching Heart?
So we
Kind of like a
yeah,
joint
we're,
Oh,
thing.
joint.
yeah,
Yeah.
we're just all these domains are taken.
Oh, right. Yeah, that can help you narrow
that's
down the
yeah.
choices too.
It was
Yeah.
sort of hard, but we wanted something with heart, and then we were looking for kind heart, compassion heart, and sort of was all taken. So, and then when Touching Heart was available, which is awesome.
Yeah, I mean, it's actually
jumped on
perfect.
it.
The perfect name, actually.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Looking back, I'm thinking, oh my goodness, it was just like it was all made just for touching.
Meant to be.
Yeah,
Touching
so
Heart.
yeah, so
Yes.
we came out with the Touching Heart, got the domain, and then we've been in business ever since.
I love
Yeah.
that, and speaking on business, what I
Yeah.
love about not only are you teaching children the joy of giving
Right.
through encouraging them to create these volunteer events, but you're also teaching them a little bit about business.
Oh, yeah.
As you said, there's a coach kind of involved to help walk them through walk them through the whole event, but it's not just, hey, let's show up and do something fun and give.
Oh,
it's,
yeah.
it's,
an
she sat
investment,
down
yeah.
with a notepad
Right.
with 2 other
It's
girls,
business,
and
yeah.
they came up with the strategy
Right.
to implement an event. So there was
Yeah.
some business going on there too, and that's important for young
Right.
kids to learn as
Yeah.
well, and really, really great.
Exactly. It has a bit of an entrepreneurial spirit to it.
Love that.
Because we want to empower kids.
Sure.
And so a lot of times kids are sort of like restrained because they don't have money, or they don't have a marketing support, or the parents are working. So we wanted to sort of make their charity dream sort of come true in some way. So we really encourage it to be their ideas.
Yes.
Whatever they want to do, and we really do go out cold calling with them. We draft letters together, and we want them to be sort of the leaders of tomorrow.
Yes,
So-
yes, I love
so,
that.
yes.
Leaders of tomorrow.
Yeah.
That's what you all are.
That's one of the things I had firsthand experience with was, the business aspects of it.
Okay.
The planning and the organization of the whole thing, which was definitely a good experience to have, I feel. And I feel that'll help me later on in life.
Sure.
And it's definitely something good to have under my belt, I feel.
Devin, tell me about the very first experience you had with Touching Heart. How did that come to
Oh,
be?
golly.
Oh, so you've been here for a while then. Okay.
Yeah, I've been here for a while,
Okay.
I believe. It's definitely something that hits close to home with me. Kids helping other kids, kids helping for other causes. It's something that I feel I've always wanted to be involved with, even if I didn't know what Touching Heart was at the time. It's something that I feel makes sense to do.
So you were an empathetic child
Yeah,
then.
I feel
and-
that's the way I was raised. I
I
feel
see. What's wonderful.
giving family.
Yeah, absolutely. And how did you hear of Touching Heart, or how did you meet Helen?
We're actually neighbors, so
So that works. That was
Yeah,
easy.
right down the street.
Okay. All right.
so that was definitely pretty cool.
Okay. Do you remember your first event that you helped to organize?
The first event that I organized was Minecraft on a Mission. It's an annual thing that Touching Heart does, and I was fortunate enough to be able to run it this year. And it was definitely a great experience overall.
How many kids were involved?
Oh,
That came, I guess.
so it was about 50 kids that came.
Wow.
And raised about $4,000 in total.
That's amazing. And who did this particular event benefit?
Local foster kids.
Wonderful.
City of Alexandria, Fairfax County, Loudoun County, foster care kids, and that's definitely one thing that hits close to home to me is foster kids who are less fortunate than I have been. Something small to me might make a major impact on their day, their week.
Absolutely.
If I can change someone's day by just giving them an opportunity to come play Minecraft or come give them something that they've been looking forward to, that's
So
great.
at this event, foster care children did come and they also participated in Minecraft.
Yeah, we had
Okay.
a couple of kids. come.
Okay, wonderful. Because I know some events are like the one that you did. It was for the foster care system, but they weren't exactly there at the event, but it benefited them, and we'll talk about that in a minute. But one thing I wanted to just share with you in hearing your story. First of all, I think you're just a smart young man, empathetic, and that's so
Thank you.
wonderful. And sounds like you already had leadership skills in your mind, in your heart, and something like this is really helping to foster that. And you're inspiring not only the people that you're helping to benefit through these events, but I'm sure that there's kids sitting there going, "Wow, this kid organized
That's
this."
exactly
Definitely.
what happened. Yeah.
I could see some of the cogs turning in some of the kids'
Yeah.
heads that were at the event.
Yeah.
You're like, whoa, this kid's a little bit older than me and
Right.
he's already doing this.
Yeah.
It's definitely a great thing to be able to inspire kids that are a little bit younger than me to be able to do something like this one day.
I love that. And that's why when I see all of these events happening, I think, oh, wow, it's growing. And that's so huge because kids are used to being inspired by sports idols,
Yeah.
especially boys, sports
Right.
idols, or they're used to seeing adults organize things and they just kind of show up and they just kind of have fun and do
Yeah,
what people tell them
right,
to
yeah.
do. But to be involved in something where someone close to their age has organized this whole thing and for them to be inspired by you is just huge. I have a little boy and he idolizes the big kids and but you're not that much older than him, really.
Yeah,
So
the cool teenager.
yes,
Yeah,
and
right?
that's what I have
Yeah.
loved especially so much about your
Yeah.
organization is when I think about my kids and I think, you know what? I want my son Jaden to be there. I want my son to see this
Right.
kid right here doing something because I want him to go, I think I should do that. I can do that. I want
Right.
to do that.
Right.
Because that's where it starts and that's where it grows. And it's all positive. Like everything
Yeah.
about this is positive. It's
Exactly.
not without hard work.
Exactly.
I know that you put a lot of hours, all of you put in so many volunteering hours to make these events a success.
Yeah.
So it's not without hard work, but it's fun.
It
And
is
it's
fun.
fulfilling and it's
Yeah.
helpful. Okay,
Yeah.
so Nina,
Yeah.
can you tell me about an event that you helped to organize?
I helped to organize Fashion for Foster event.
Fashion for foster. So fashion. So there's something fashionable about it. Tell us about the fashion aspect.
It was a fashion show at the mall.
Fashion show at the mall. Okay, so tell me what you did before the fashion show. Who did you get together with?
I got together with the other organizers and we decided where it would be, who would be in it, what time it would be.
So as Miss Helen Yee said, you really are allowing or encouraging the kids to come up with the concept themselves.
Oh yeah.
I
And-
love that
and they
too.
Execute.
Execute.
They execute it. They make a speech. They do the whole registration. They thank everybody. They even write letters back to the sponsors.
know.
And then we do a little follow up to show where the money went. So then they get to see the pictures and they get to see the impact.
I love it.
So the goal is like for the kids to say, "Wow, like I did that." I'm like, "Yes, at this age, you did that." So just imagine what you can do, in the future. So I mean, they are the future.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And it's that feeling of accomplishment because,
Oh, yeah.
kids are going to have fun no matter what
Right,
they do.
right.
If you say, hey, come to this event, it's a volunteering event, they're like, yeah, sure, I'm having so much fun.
Yeah.
And then they go home. But
Right.
for them to, as you said, from start to finish, plan the event, execute the event, follow up afterwards, it's really that feeling as adults that we know is called, that sense of fulfillment and accomplishment from doing a job well done,
Right,
as
right.
opposed to just showing up on one day and having a great time,
Right,
which is fun too.
Right, right.
So Nina, do you recall who that, so you said Fashion for Foster, so who did that particular event benefit? Do you remember?
It benefit,
Is it the foster care kids?
Yeah.
Okay, and can you tell us about going to the foster care system and learning about what it was? Because you're 7, and at the time, I want to say she might have been 5 turning 6.
I think
she was
so.
a-
Yeah,
she was a
yeah.
young organizer.
And she was so good.
Yes,
Yeah.
and not entirely familiar with what the foster care
Right,
system was, and
right.
going there helped her learn. Do you remember that?
Yeah.
And so we went to the offices and we talked to the facilitators there, and they helped you to understand what.
Where the money was going to go.
And what kind of needs there were for their
Yeah.
particular program. And so tell me about the day of the event. What was it like?
It was
Was it
very,
boring?
No.
Not
it
boring.
was very fun. There were singers, photographers. It was so fun.
And it was, I remember Macy's, and they were so wonderful and
They were-
helping you guys pick out outfits and
Yeah,
all
that
of
was
that
so
stuff.
fun.
And then I recall that the 3 organizers, yourself and the 2 others,
Yeah.
they went around and they asked for all of these donations from stores at the mall to put in the goodie bags. I mean,
Yeah.
it really got like the community and the mall, so
involved,
many
right.
people involved. And every time you ask, even if someone says, no, I can't, I'm so sorry,
Yeah.
you've spread the word right there
Oh
anyway.
yeah, exactly.
Yeah, so I love that. And so afterwards, okay, so the event came and went. It was a ton of fun. I was there. I had fun. And then what did you guys do afterwards?
Afterwards, we went to the foster place and we gave a big check to them with all the money on it.
Right. So how did it feel in your heart to be involved in something that helped other people? How did that feel for you?
It felt very good
It felt very good. And so, Nina, why do you think it's important for kids to understand the joy of giving?
because giving is thoughtful and you should always be thoughtful.
What if you never gave it all? What if you just went about playing, just playing, going to sports? Do you think your life would be missing out on anything?
I think we would be missing out on something.
So I'm going to ask Devin the same question. Devin, so what does the joy of giving mean to you? Just in a sentence.
Like I said earlier, it's giving to someone else and having their day be changed, something that may seem so little to you, changing their whole perspective of life. And I'm privileged to be where I am. I'm so grateful for where I am today. And it's heartbreaking to see that some kids, their position in life right now, and to see their day be changed, their week be changed, it's just amazing.
Isn't it incredible how powerful
Yeah.
gratitude can be?
Yeah.
I mean, gratitude is more than a feeling. It can really energize you to create action that helps other people. It's huge.
Yeah.
It's huge.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, Taylor, let me ask you.
Yeah.
So, you've been involved probably in almost every single event where you can. I know you do other things. You've been in high school and all these other things.
Yeah.
But what was one of your favorite events?
I guess one of the favorite events are always the foster care fun runs or like the fairs. I always have so much fun because you see the kids and you remember them and you build relationships with them every single time. And so it's great to see them all grow and they all remember you and you really do establish a really great relationship with the kids. And it's great to show them that you're here for them and you want to give them, the love and the care that they want and they need. So I always have so much fun seeing the kids there and meeting new kids and just being able to shed love on them and show them that attention that they just don't get.
That's right.
So it's really great to engage them in these fun activities, but also kind of connect with them at the same time while they're having fun.
A personal
Yeah.
connection.
Yeah.
I mean, and that will carry you forever. Those
Yeah.
those friendships and those connections. I think we've got some pictures to show because we've been talking about the Minecraft event and the Fashion for Foster
Yeah.
and even the fun fair. So I think we're going to pull up some pictures and you guys can kind of walk me through maybe what we're seeing in those pictures and those days. But Nina, I had so much fun on that day with you, and I was so impressed. She had never done a fashion show
And
before.
she was so awesome.
Oh my
I
gosh.
loved your speech.
You were like, her
yeah,
speech was
it
great.
so good.
I remember
Yeah.
she said, and everyone looks beautiful.
Oh.
So tell me about this picture here. What are we seeing?
So this is from my event, the Minecraft on a Mission event.
Okay.
This is a room, one of the 2 rooms that the kids were in, where they're actually on the various computers playing Minecraft. So you can see there's a lot of them in there, but there was a whole nother room as well.
Yeah, and it was a sold out event. We
Yeah.
had like 10
There was
people in
a
the
wait
waiting
list,
list.
yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
love that.
So that was
love that. So
awesome.
people are loving this. And what I love about this too is that you're just appealing to what kids are doing now.
Exactly.
What they
yeah.
like. They like
Yeah.
Minecraft. Let's have an event for
Exactly.
Minecraft.
Exactly.
I
so,
love it.
Yeah, and that's why, we want to sort of gauge into, you need to engage the kids. 'Cause
Sure.
They don't want to do like a bake
Like a
sale
knitting-
or
like a knitting-
something. And
something they
just-
don't want to do.
So,
Yeah.
so we sit with them and say, what's your hobby like? And then when they say Minecraft, I'm like, oh, we have a Minecraft tournament. So
I love it. Okay, let's see what else. Tell me about this one here.
So this is the backpack. We partner with the Flores Elementary School. So the sixth graders put a backpack together for the foster care kids. So we go and we talk about sort of the importance of giving
Sure.
and how important they are. So they got together and they are the sort of raising hands. They even make some hearts in the back. So it was a cute picture.
Oh, wonderful.
Yeah.
Wonderful. I love that. We'll talk about that in a second too, because I think we came to one of those events where at least you had a news channel and we were just showing,
yeah.
helping to
Yeah.
spread the
Yeah.
word that
Oh,
the
that was so
backpacks
much
were
fun.
going
I
out.
remember that.
Yeah, that was so much fun. And the
That's-
kids love giving. That's
That's
the
and
part,
tell me
yeah.
about the supplies that are going in the backpacks. They're all donated?
So it's funded by Touching Hearts. It's actually funded by Minecraft funds.
Awesome.
So,
I
yeah.
see. So the money
all-
from the event goes to the
foster
supplies,
care.
the
Yeah.
foster care, and then you fill the backpacks and then
And
present the backpacks.
Yep. So we had over
Awesome.
121 bags. So that
Well,
was
I know.
awesome.
I am sure that they were gratefully received. That is
Yeah.
wonderful. Things we take for granted, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like you don't think too hard about where your backpack full of stuff for school comes from, right? But if you didn't have one, I'm sure you'd want one, and that's
Yeah.
wonderful.
Yeah.
Okay, let's see if there's another photo here. Now, tell me about this one.
So this is the fun
That
fair
one's
that
a
Kayla's
fun fair
talking
that
about.
I'm talking about.
So,
Okay.
yeah, it's a fun fair where we just gather. We work together with the Fairfax, and then
Yeah.
the foster care kids come together and
They just do a bunch of different crafts. So I think here's one of the craft tables that we set up. There's a bunch of games that they play, and every time they participate in some type of activity, they get a ticket. And so they can use the tickets to get gifts for either themselves that they don't usually get, or they can use the gifts to get for their moms or
Sure.
anyone else that they might have.
Yeah.
So it's really great to engage the kids.
so. And you remember Moses?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Tell me about Moses.
So Moses is a boy that we've been seeing for past few years, and you get a little ticket to get a toy for themselves. But he got a ticket and got a necklace to give to me and another volunteer, which I was like, oh, that's like.
Well,
so
his heart
thoughtful.
was touched,
Right.
right? He
Yeah.
had a touching heart from
Yeah.
being here. That's so sweet.
Again, it's about just people love to give, and all we want to do is just encourage it and just sort of just open a channel for them.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
So
Well, you
yeah.
definitely are, and you can see right there from that example with Moses. I mean, maybe someone who doesn't have access to tons of toys, and here you are saying, "Here, go pick out a
Yeah,
toy
I
for
know,
yourself."
I know.
And
Yeah.
instead, he
So-
chose to get
yeah.
something for you.
So special.
That's really, really wonderful.
Yeah.
We'll talk about that fun fair in a
Okay.
second too, because and let's see if there's one more photo here. Okay, what's this?
So the Kids on a Mission program has gotten so popular that we are now in the after-school program.
Okay.
So now.
Oh, wonderful.
Yeah. So we are in 4 Fairfax Public School, and this is at Lee's Corner. And one of the session that we do is we make meals for the homeless. So this is where they're making sandwiches for the homeless shelter.
Wonderful.
So, yeah.
Wonderful. Well, your kids are definitely on a mission. They are definitely making an impact. I can see that here, from supplies for kids with foster care to feeding the homeless and
Oh,
doing all these other things. And really, it's really endless, the amount of creative ideas that you can come up with and who they're going to serve. I guess one question that I have is around who they are going to benefit. Do the kids kind of come up with that idea, or do you kind of help, as a leader in the
Oh,
community,
yeah,
do you
right.
say, well, I see a need here, how does that come about?
So so we go through sort of the vetted process. So we have about 7 orphanages that we support, mostly in Africa and one in South America. But we go through a process where we want to just make sure that they're all vetted out, and we even have a board member who goes visits
Oh, wow.
the center.
Yeah.
And then we also work closely with the foster care system, and then also the family services.
Yes.
So they're the area where just really needy. I think they make maybe less than $15,000
I see.
dollars per family. So it's just a really needed family situation. So we work with them. So then when the kids come to us, we give them choices as to, do you want to support global or do you want to support domestic or local?
Sure.
And then we'll sort of give them a background. And then throughout the process, I know you guys had a meeting with some of the
Yeah.
foster care, and the same with Devin, but we also have a Skype conference call with the orphanage internationally, because we really want the kids to just know where the money's going.
Right.
And the more they know about it, then they can speak about them.
Sure.
So
Sure,
we want
I
it to be a really a hands-on experience for
Yeah,
them. So,
and it's just it's wonderful too. Also, that you do the vetting process so that
Oh,
you
it's so
understand
important.
fully where the money's going, especially when it's
Exactly.
going overseas.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because everyone has the most honest intentions, but you just
Yeah.
want to make sure that the money that you're raising is going directly where you wanted it to
Exactly.
go.
Yep.
And it sounds like you continue to have really
Yep.
great relationships. So that there is a lot of communication back and forth with the kids that you're benefiting there.
Exactly.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's wonderful.
so-
Well, I wanted to get back to the fun fair because that was another event that you participated in. Do you
Yeah.
remember?
I remember we did the kids Zumba.
That's
and
right.
Yeah, you did the Zumba.
I
The
know.
kids love that.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
For those of you that don't know, I also was at
Yeah.
one time
Oh my
a kids
gosh,
Zumba
yes.
instructor.
That was
and we had been in
awesome.
touch. And that's another aspect I want to talk about is the volunteers. But you said, hey, would you by any chance be willing to volunteer
I
for
know.
this and maybe do some Zumba at this event for the kids? And so together, she was my partner, just like, look, here's a mom and daughter team, and here's a mom and daughter team. And
So
together,
sweet.
what did we do, Nina?
We did kids Zumba about like 15 to 16 songs.
That's right.
Kids
and
had a great time.
That's right. We had our
Yeah.
whole family there, and that's what I love too. It's bringing in all of
Oh,
your
yeah.
families are involved. Is that right? Your family gets involved.
Yeah,
all the
definitely.
families get involved. My husband was in there plugging in the speaker. Remember, it was a super
Oh,
hot day.
yeah.
We were dancing. Remember, Nina? And we got the kids involved,
Yeah.
and it was really wonderful. And what did you like about that day? You were telling me on the ride over here. You were saying you met some friends.
Yeah, and I met her older sister and a younger sister.
Yeah.
And I think one thing that touched, because I have two other children and they were there. And again, it's a learning process for them because they're
Right.
young and they're like, where are we going? What is this for? And something that they learned regarding the foster care system is what you already know is that sometimes if there's a family of, say, 3 children, and they have to go in foster care, sometimes they're broken up. Not
Yeah,
all 3
I
go to
know.
one home. And what my son remembered hearing was that this event that you guys host, and you do it every summer, is that right?
Yeah, we do it together with the county.
You do it with the county. But this might be an opportunity, like 1 or 2 times a year that the siblings see each other.
Exactly.
Because they become separated
Exactly.
sometimes when they
That's
go into
heartbreaking.
different foster cares.
Yeah.
So along with the county, you guys help to facilitate this event that siblings can see each other.
Yeah, it's almost like a family reunion.
A
in some
family
ways,
reunion.
Right? They get, it's just a really special event, and it's
Yeah.
a day where they can sort of just relax.
Yeah.
They can just have fun, play games, and just like chill out. And we just, we really just get to know them, and they are just the sweetest kids ever.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I know I was there, you were there, and I
Yeah.
just recall how when you say laughs and smiling and relaxing, that's exactly what it was.
Yeah,
It was just a
it's so
day
special.
of fun and volunteers. Okay, well, I want to thank you guys so much for coming and
thank
talking
you.
about
Thank you.
Touching Heart. I think it's such a wonderful organization. I'm so happy to see all of how much you're growing. And I know every year you host a really big and wonderful golf tournament that really brings in the community to help fund all of these amazing programs. So thank you so much. Now I want to flip the script real quick and just ask a fun and light question. So I know you're moving on and you're going on. What are you doing exciting coming up here?
And at Boston University,
Yes.
I'm doing this 5-stop program.
Okay.
And so you get to go a week early, and then you get to do community service. So I'm specialized with kids.
Okay.
So I'm able to spend a whole week with kids.
Oh,
and be
that's
around them.
wonderful.
So
Yeah.
I'm so excited.
That's
Yeah.
wonderful.
She's
Well,
leaving my husband's birthday.
Oh,
birthday.
Oh my God. Oh my gosh.
I know.
So there's gonna be some tears that day.
Yes, like
Yeah.
happy birthday, goodbye.
Oh my goodness. Well, I look forward to watching all of the fun things that you do, and I know that I'm sure you'll be back and continuing to do things with Touching Heart, helping your mom.
Yeah.
Okay, let me ask you, Devin, if there's one event that you can throw for Touching Heart, what would it be?
Something sports related, I think.
Okay.
I'm a big athlete.
Okay.
Maybe some sort of tournament or something. Just
Awesome.
to get kids not only active, but also inspiring and touching heart.
Okay, and if there's
Yeah.
one professional athlete that could come to your sport event, who would that be?
Oh, God. I don't know. Somebody local. Maybe
Okay.
John Wall.
Awesome. All right, John Wall, you're listening. Come to
so
our event.
Yeah,
All
we
right.
we gotta work on that.
Exactly,
then,
yeah.
Wonderful.
Right.
And Nina, if there's one event that you can throw that you think it would be fun, what would that be?
A singing event.
A singing event. Okay, so
we
we'll-
have
everyone-
never done that.
Oh, well, hey, there we go.
Yeah,
We're
there
coming
you
up with
go.
ideas right now. And so who would it benefit if we did a singing event and raise money?
A poor country, maybe.
A poor country.
Oh,
Well,
we
I
could do
love it. Well, we'll
international.
have to talk. Well, again, thank you so very much for coming on and sharing the joy of giving with our audience. Thank you so much. Thank you for watching. If you want to find out more information about Touching Heart, you can go to the website. This is a wonderful local nonprofit organization. Thank you for joining our show. Make sure you check out our Facebook page, Where's MJ, to find out more of what we're doing here on the set of Where's MJ. Thanks so much. All right.
Morning, but I don't have a couch. I just got this old rug and it feels like a cloud.